Today's episode is in partnership with California Love, K-Pop Dreaming. How did K-pop transcend continents to become the global sensation it is today? Host Vivian Yoon shares the history of how the genre came to dominate the charts and explores her own story of what it means to be a Korean American today. Listen to California Love, K-Pop Dreaming from LAist Studios wherever you listen to podcasts.
Thank you, Chris, and welcome back to Idol Talk, where we explore South Korean pop culture one obsession at a time. My name is Nathan, and I'm your host.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley, and I am excited for Jeon So-mi's newest comeback. It's going to happen on August 7th, which will mean that she will be returning to music from a 2-year hiatus.
Thank goodness.
Her last song was XOXO. Well, actually, let me double check. Hold on. Where did I put it? Is it XOXO?
That was a good song.
Yeah.
Her stuff is very good in general.
Yeah, it is. XOXO and Dum Dum in 2021.
That was
Dum
very
Dum.
good.
I love
Both
Dum
of them
Dum.
were very good.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to another bop. Maybe just
She
one.
was the number one placed on the first season of Produce. She deserves more than this.
I
Okay.
know.
All right. Thank you, Ashley. Chris?
Hey everyone, I'm Chris, and I'm very excited. Well, I'm excited. We got a new trailer for Island 2, the girl group edition, but it was very interesting to see that they're partnered with Black Label, or like Teddy specifically is going to be one of the mentors, producers on the show. So that's interesting considering that last season it was with Hybe. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it goes on.
I wonder how that happened with this Black Label collab.
Mm-hmm.
Switch up.
Yes.
All right. Gabe?
Hello everyone, it's Gabe, and I've officially given up on Queendom Puzzle. I've
I
lost
thought you were just
interest.
gonna stop at giving up. Like, Queendom
no, yeah,
Puzzle,
but
why? What happened there?
after Chaeyeon left, and after I think it was the Laboon girl left. Some other girl left. It was like two of the more famous people, but still pretty nugu.
Mhm.
After they left, I was like, ugh, this is boring. I don't really care about it anymore. And then I think Nathan mentioned earlier how the show is just moving really slowly. I know someone who is watching it though, and they say that the performances are like kind of mid. So
Ew.
Okay, maybe
That's
they-
quite sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
mean-
think the whole queendom concept, they need to stick to just like normal queendom, because like taking these washed up like I feel like people are not invested in the washed up idols as much as they are invested in like trainees or existing kind of groups, you know?
Yeah, like this is kind of in the middle tier, hard to, not on one side or the other.
Yeah, because at least with the trainees, like it's something that's new and exciting, and people can like, you know, look forward to that. But these washed up, I don't know.
All right. Okay. Thank you for those introductions. We are back with another episode of K-Bops, and we got a lot of good ones coming your way this episode, so Ashley is going to kick us right off.
Yes. So my recommendation, we already wrecked a song off this album last K-Bops 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to wreck another song, and it is Cool With You off of NewJeans' latest album, or EP, Get Up.
You and me on my mind, everywhere, baby. Say you're mine. It feels cool with you. Cool with you. Gotta tell me now. Cool with you. It's just cool with you.
NewJeans, I mean, today is 7/25, They released this album on July 21st, so 4 days ago. And ever since they've released their singles, even like Super Shy and NewJeans, like the song NewJeans, they've been releasing songs for every single song on their EP. Like they released one
I feel
today.
like there's like a billion music videos, and I'm like
I
a little
know.
bit overwhelmed.
Oh my gosh.
There really is a song, like a music video for every song. The music video for this song, Cool With You, is actually a 2-part music video, and it features Hoyeon Jung as the lead actress in the music video. She's most known for her role in Squid Games. She was like the female lead in Squid Games. And it's a 2-part video. The first part, like, she's the main character in both of the music videos, and then in the second video it also features Tony Leung, who is a very famous like Hong Kong actor. I think he was in Shang-Chi. What was his role?
What was his role?
He
Yeah.
was the dad, right?
Oh, I'm not sure. I
Oh.
just was going to mention that was my fun fact, because Hong Kong Cantonese media had picked that up, that he was in the music video, which was really interesting.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember.
he is a Hong Kong star. Like,
Yeah, he's a
movie
superstar.
international actor.
Oh yeah, I think he was the dad.
Yeah, he was. I don't remember what happens in Shang-Chi. I'm gonna be honest.
We're not a Marvel podcast, everyone. It's okay.
I could
I
tell
just
you
know
guys.
he was there. Anyway, so when I first saw this music video come up on my YouTube feed, I was like, first of all, this is the 3rd music video that NewJeans had posted at this time. And then second of all, it was giving budget, like right away from the thumbnail, because it has Hyo-yeon from fucking Squid Games, you know? Like, you gotta have money in order to
expensive. She's
Yeah,
expensive.
you gotta have money to have her on the music video. And so I'll just get into it because the description of the music video is kind of long. But I want to share my screen so you guys can have a visual of what I'm talking about. Here we go. Can everyone see this photo here?
Yes.
Wow, Ashley's got like a PowerPoint going today.
know.
I'm here for it.
It's just
Professor
one
Ashley.
Yeah, please continue.
It's just one photo, and it's a photo of
Yes.
L'amour et Psyche, an 1817 painting by the artist. God, this is. I should
You
have
didn't
practiced
practice your
this.
French?
I didn't practice my French, but Francis Edouard Picot.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll stop sharing now.
I think I was
I'll
going to
keep
ask
it up.
what that
I'll
was in the music video.
Yeah, I'll explain what this photo is actually. This photo depicts a forbidden love between Cupid and Psyche. I don't know if it's pronounced Psyche or Psyche. Basically, Cupid is a god and Psyche is a mortal. And because the two are totally separate worlds, they can't really be together because one's a god, one's a human, you know? And so in the photo, Psyche, I'm just gonna say her name is Psyche because like I don't know how to pronounce it. She's laying on the bed, and then Cupid is with the wings, obviously. So in the music video, Hyo-yeon is Cupid. And instead of arrows, she uses her eyes to like match people up. So in the first couple seconds of the first music video, she like gets into an elevator and a woman follows right in front of her, and then a guy follows, and she like looks at both of them, and when she exits the elevator, like they're making out. They're in love.
Oh,
so much
that's what she
sense.
did. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was
so
like,
she's just using her glances to like make people fall in love as opposed to like a bow and arrow
Right,
traditionally
right,
Cupid
right.
has been using. And she does this several times in the music video. She makes people hold hands. Um, she links up another couple, and then she goes to the museum, the Louvre, and she looks at this painting of Cupid and Psyche, and she's like obviously longing for a love of her own. You know,
mhm.
she's a god, she can't really fall in love, and she's looking at the same painting as her is a man who she falls in love with. And this man can't see her because she's a god. And so she follows him around. It's very obvious that he can't see her because she looks in the reflection and she can only see him. And she's like, there's a scene where she is on top of him in his bed, and she looks over at a mirror that's right next to the bed, and she can't see herself. Like, she can only see her, like him. So in that moment, she decides, like, I want to be a human. I want to fall in love. And so she sheds, like, she goes outside, sheds her clothes, and then, like, looks up at the sky. And, like, it's nighttime at this time. She looks up at the sky and she smiles. And at that moment, like, she becomes human. And this is like the end of part one music video.
Hmm.
So part two, or part B or side B, sorry. Side B, the second music video, is her as a human. So she immediately after she becomes this like human form, she goes back to this guy's apartment and they start dating. You know, they fall in love. They have
Hmm.
happy moments. They're seen like walking down the street, holding hands, hugging, things like that. And then at the end of the music video, or towards the end of the music video, she's crossing a crosswalk and she sees her man's like across the crosswalk, and she sees Tony Leung behind her man. And Tony is supposed to be the representation of either another Cupid or Aphrodite. And Aphrodite is Cupid's mom. In the story of this painting, like Cupid and Psyche, Aphrodite is known as like a very jealous person. She, even with her own children, like Cupid is her fucking son and she's jealous of his lovers, you know? Like she's a very jealous person. And so if we're saying that like Tony is Aphrodite, like Cupid's mom, then Tony sees Cupid on the other side of the crosswalk, sees Cupid walking over to her lover, the guy, and he does like a little look, basically meaning trying to get her boyfriend to fall in love with someone else. And in that moment, Hyoyeon knows this guy is no longer in love with her, and they just walk right past each other. So
This is the whole ass K-drama in
I
like
know, it's
6
quite
minutes.
deep. And then at the end of the music video, like all the while throughout these two music videos, NewJeans is kind of like in the corner,
It's like they're in a balcony, like
yeah,
singing.
they're in the balcony, like just observing what's happening. My interpretation of their placement is they're just like other gods, like watching, because they're not really doing anything. Like they're
Or
just
like
kind of
the
observing.
muses.
And so at the end of side B, they're in this like dark atrium dancing in these like ethereal, like very flowy white clothing. And Hyoyeon walks in, she watches them dance for a little bit, and then you could see in her face that she's like very disappointed. Like she's not sad, but she kind of knows like I am a god. Like this, like my mom is really, or my dad, Tony Long, is really jealous. And now I just got to go back to my job of being Cupid and having other people fall in love. So she sees NewJeans. She has this like realization. She walks away. End of music video. So yeah,
That was a lot.
That
I
was a
know.
lot.
I
That was a
know.
great breakdown though, Ashley. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I learned a lot as well in researching this because really the only hook that I had to this music video was the thumbnail of Hyohyun, and my first thought was, wow, Hybe has budget for NewJeans.
I mean, I have no analysis of this, so Ashley, I'm going to rely on you. But the only reaction that I had was in the first 5 seconds, I was like, wow, the Squid Games girl is very tall. And
Yeah,
that was it.
she's actually a model.
She's a model.
Yeah, she's a model.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a model. So it's like, oh, that makes sense. But she just looks much smaller in Squid Games.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's next to like larger men.
Mostly large, like tall men. Yeah.
Yeah, tall
Yeah.
men.
But she's so tall.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the song, the story,
Well,
the song, like how does it
yeah, I
Does
don't
it
know what the
fit?
song is about,
Oh, okay. I was
honestly.
just like, does the song cool it? Yeah.
The song would
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
I feel like this
um
is just so much deeper than what we're used to from NewJeans. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, it is a little bit off
It was a
brand.
movie.
Yeah, because we, at least from their first album, we know
Mhm.
them as like bop girls, you know,
Correct.
like lighthearted, fun choreography,
yeah.
like fun
Lo-fi.
music,
Yeah.
lo-fi. And yeah, this is like the first time that I had seen them dance in a very like contemporary way. And even the clothing that they were wearing was very, again, like ethereal. But yeah, it is a departure from their usual bops. But the sounds, like the sound of the song is
Yeah.
very NewJeans,
It's
you
it's
know?
the same. It's consistent.
Yeah, it's described as UK garage rhythm, and with vocals, with falsetto vocals commonly seen in 90s pop. So it still has that like nostalgic feel. They're still on brand with the music.
Yeah, this is
It's
very
just
on brand, it feels
like the story is pretty deep. Yeah, they're throwing money at these girls.
I mean,
Money.
makes
It adds,
sense.
Sorry, go
yeah.
ahead, Chris.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, it's working because like my 43-year-old assistant principal texted me and said, "Hey, have you heard of NewJeans? What do you think of them?" And no, doesn't listen to like K-pop or anything like that. And the fact that he reached out like that, I'm like, damn, these girls are like really like,
Mainstream.
yeah, exploding everywhere. Like this man like never listens to K-pop or anything like that. And like for him to text me, go out of his way to ask
Yeah.
me about them,
It's
working.
The locals, I think what's going on is their newest music video for the song ETA is actually an Apple ad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
I saw it right before.
promoting the like video recording feature, like the anti-shake video recording feature. And every time I watch a music video, I swear that ad comes on.
That makes sense. I've seen the ad a couple
Oh,
times
yeah.
now too.
I saw that ad. I was like, that the first time I saw that Apple ad with NewJeans in it was when I clicked on this music video.
Yeah.
That
same.
makes sense. I even saw some like reactors, well, not reactors, but like tech reactors, like not K-pop reactors, but like tech commentators, and they were like, "Oh, are they teasing like a full new iPhone? Because the way that they're holding the phone, it looks like it's like a flip phone,
Yeah.
like the
I did notice
Samsung
that.
one."
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, are they like teasing a whole new
Flip
style of
iPhone?
iPhone? I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, I will be the first to say, like, I'm not like the hugest NewJeans fan, but like they are at the top of the world right now.
Yeah.
So they better be spreading their wings, and people better be spending money on them so that they could be in every pocket of life, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That's my take on it.
I
Like,
think if
they can do no
NewJeans,
wrong.
if they land that like Apple collab type thing, like I feel like that would put them at the pinnacle kind of K-pop. And I think in a certain sense start to eclipse
Yeah,
BTS.
at
Mm-hmm.
least
Um,
now. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Now,
mean,
like
if you
this.
really think about it, like they didn't even try. Like I
No.
like they're putting in a lot of effort, right? But like they didn't even try to do this, I would
Yeah.
argue.
I agree
Like
with that, Nathan. Yes.
their
They just
their
cool
first
off the
hit,
bat.
like attention, hype boy, like it just kind of happened.
Instantly.
Like
Yeah.
I'm sure they're even like, what is going on?
Uh-huh.
Like, what is the secret recipe that like
Mm-hmm.
everyone is loving? And like they in
I
a
s-
blink of an eye, this they have transformed into like the top tier.
Really, it's
only their first year. They just celebrated their
Yeah,
first
it's their
anniversary.
first full year
I
of
Yeah.
like,
know.
right? So, I mean, obviously it has to do with hype. Like they have money on their side, they have BTS on their side, but it's like I think they are doing something different and they're doing something right. But I don't think they meant necessarily for all of this to happen.
Yeah, it's
Like
just spiraling. Like they just hit, like struck gold,
they
really.
struck gold,
Mm-hmm,
right? And I
mm-hmm.
think that like the sound is right. Like
Mm-hmm.
people really like it. It's kind of like a nostalgic lo-fi feel that people
But
could
still appeals to the younger
still
generation of
right, still
people.
appeals to the younger in terms like you could listen to it on like TikToks and Reels all the time. But like even like appeals to a millennial crowd, right? Like people in their 30s that are entering their 30s now. Like it just kind of works.
It does.
Yeah.
Not really. So, okay, I will push back a little on this and say it does not work with me personally,
Right.
but I
I'm trying to make
recognize
that
that it
distinction
has
too.
mass appeal. Yeah.
It has incredible mass appeal. Yes.
That's
I don't
it.
know.
That's all I
That's it.
have.
So what is their actual title track that they're going for this time around?
Their title track is so they with the release of the album, they
Yeah,
released
what is the actual
3
title track?
singles.
Okay.
So can we say that there's 3 title track? I don't know.
I would argue that Super Shy is their title track because I feel so they had Super Shy, New Jeans, and then now what I'm hearing, Cool with You.
Yeah, and then they had the
Sup-
Apple collab ETA, right?
yeah, Super Shy is more of the like the bop, like the
The
bop kind of
TikTok
song.
challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
exactly. Has choreo with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would argue that Super Shy is their title track.
Yeah, it seems as though, so I'm looking at their YouTube right now. Super Shy has the most amount of views, 37 million, and then the other 2 singles that they're promoting, which is Cool with You, and New Jeans. New Jeans is 13 million and Cool with You is 8.2. So I think that's a good distinction. Like if it has a TikTok challenge, then that's probably what their title track
I
is.
hate that that's what it's come down to. It's like
True.
TikTok is
Like that's
running
it,
our
right?
lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. New Jeans. Well, I'm sure like at the end of the year roundup, we'll have a little bit more to say about them. But we'll leave that for the listeners for now. Okay.
I wonder how long they can keep it up.
I
That's
do
my
too. I do
Yeah.
too. Let's
Yeah.
pin that conversation for another
Yes.
episode. But okay, Gabe, take us away here.
Alrighty, so for my rec this week, this is a long-awaited comeback that I have mentioned multiple times in previous episodes. So on July 24th, one of my all-time favorite groups, Oh My Girl, came back with their 9th EP titled Golden Hourglass. And on this episode, I'm wrecking the title track called Summer Comes.
기다린 너일 거야. 파도 너머로 내두릴까. 몰래 속삭인 여름의 목소리. 컴투비 버리라 매. 귀를 기울여 듣고 싶은 맘이 설레이잖아. 모든 내가 들리면 고개 돌리면 맘이 떨리면 어느새 늘 그리던 내 여름이 더 날 원해. 하얀 파도 밀리면 모래 달리면 날 떠올리면 또 설레. 사랑인 거야. Oh my.
In true Oh My Girl fashion, this is like a quintessentially summer song that is like very much geared towards the Korean audience. And I think that's something that I've been missing recently. It's just like a really good, like refreshing Korean audience summer track. And so this is that. So the song describes the joys of hearing the voice of a loved one, which feels like the heart-fluttering excitement of summer arriving. And I pulled that directly from some website. I don't remember off the top of my head, but you can find it if you just Google it. And then the music video itself, so this is kind of funny. The teasers, when I first saw them, they had like a spooky kind of horror concept teaser. And I was like,
Yeah.
are they gonna go in like a horror direction with this? I don't know about that. And then when the music video dropped, I watched it and like the spooky element of it was like super unserious. It was like just like goofy and like
Yeah.
funny ghosts and like kind of funny and like goofy zombie scenes.
Clowns?
So
Yeah, there were
Clowns.
clowns.
yeah, there were clowns too.
Clowns, yeah.
Yeah. But it was like it wasn't like a scary clown, it was like a
Yeah.
Carnival.
it was like
Birthday clown.
carnival clown.
Not
Yeah.
a carnival.
So the music video was showing the members visiting a beachside town where they run into a bunch of these kind of like spooky elements, like the zombies, the ghost, and the clown, whatever. But it wasn't scary at all, so I think it was super consumable, and it was really fun and lighthearted. So I really like the song because Yua and Arin, their styling, I think was really on point with kind of the emo-inspired outfits. Like Yua had the hat with like the ear kind of things on it, and I really like that. So it's only been out for like a day, but there's no charting information, no album information yet. But I'm really curious to see if they strike gold with this one. So
I'm very interested to see if they strike again with this one. And the first, like, as we were talking about like Jungkook's 7 last episode, and as we were talking about NewJeans, like in Ashley's rec just now, like I want nothing more than people to discover Oh My Girl and their discography, and they worked so dang hard to make it in this industry. I am just wondering if it gets, I'm curious if this charts and if it does well, or it just gets lost. And that would be like a fear of mine. And it's not so much that it's not a good song. I just wonder if it's because K-pop is moving, and we've talked about whether or not that's a good or bad thing. If K-pop is moving in a direction that is dictated by these hype groups, what does it mean for groups like this? I think that's what my question. Like, that's what I was thinking about the whole time I was listening to this song. Like, what does it mean for Oh My Girl? In the same way, like is there room for them? Is there room for like this kind of music that is so core to K-pop's soul?
Yes, I would say yes.
Hopefully, yes. Anyways, those were my just like thoughts upon hearing the song, because Oh My Girl has stayed true to exactly what they were meant to do.
Yes.
they really have.
And this is it. This is the Aegyo not bubblegum pop, I would say, but like not twice, but like the Aegyo pure pop. Like that is
Yes.
their MO. I
It's
don't
like
know.
what Twice was before they went girl crush.
Sure.
But
Like
like,
Dance the Night Away era.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Anyways.
think there will always be room for Oh My Girl because there's like K-pop, there's going to be Korean people that still love them. But yeah, I really enjoyed the music video. When you first shared the teaser with us, the first thought that I had was like, is this gonna be like a peekaboo type of horror
Oh.
cute?
Or like a dream catcher type of horror.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I
Peekaboo
didn't know
didn't
what.
come to mind for me, but you're so right.
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind to me was like cutie horror. And it wasn't like that at all. It was like way more cutie than horror. And it was so fun. I really like the video game concept, the levels of the clown, like defeating the clown. The video games, that's just like a recurring theme for the summer, you know, like there's a lot of video, even back to NCT Dream Candy, you know, that was a video game, I think.
That's true. Yeah, it was. There was some video game
So
aspects.
there's
to
a
it.
lot of video game themes happening in music videos. But yeah, I agree. It's a summer bop. I think I texted you guys this, but what was most noticeable for me was their rapper, what's her name?
Mimi?
Mimi? Her skin is like very noticeably tan. And
Like in a Hyolyn way.
yeah, in a Hyolyn way, or like a Hwasa
In a Hwasa
way.
way. Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it. I guess, never noticed how tan she was before. And it just threw me off because I was like, has she always been this tan? And if she was never always this tan, like, is this supposed to be tan concept? Like, what's going on there?
I think it's just
Like,
the
is that part of
summer,
her
Ashley.
styling?
Like, I didn't think about it too much. Like, it's just the summer.
I
She's
think I
dancing
got-
around in a beach outfit. Like,
I got hung up on it, clearly.
you really got hung up on it in the chat earlier today.
I did. I was like, where did this tan girl come from?
Yeah, but it was giving like Hwasa Hyolyn. Like,
It was.
very noticeably tan. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But I liked it. Loved her.
And she
brown
is,
skin.
I think she's the most popular member actually.
Is she? What about Ari?
Like aside from Yua,
Oh,
or
okay.
like aside from Yua and
They're all
Aren, I think
pretty.
she's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's also very noticeable because she raps and has like that charisma.
Hmm.
Like, it just
Yeah.
kind of stands out a little bit more.
A good girl group rapper.
Yeah.
It's a rare
good.
sight.
Yeah. And like she's noticeable also because not like she is the rapper. Like
Yeah.
she really stands out like in the group because they're
Yeah.
very vocal heavy as a group too. So when it's a rap, it's probably gonna be Mimi.
Yeah. Another thing I liked about this release was that the music video, while it was giving very much like I feel like the music video was very kind of in tune with the current trends and like the styling was also, but the music itself was still very true to their sound, which I really appreciated. So they're definitely not like stuck in their ways and just hammering away at what they
Grinding
know how
it,
to
yeah.
do. They're still trying to like,
It
evolve
still
with the
sounds
industry.
like different within the same vibe that they go for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's giving a little bit of like maturity in terms of like they're like growing up. So it sounds very mature in a way that maybe some of their other releases were less of.
Yeah.
Okay, Gabe, for you, where does this rank in the Oh My Girl discography with, Dun Dun Dance and oh gosh, Nonstop, Dolphin. Bum, bum,
So
bum, bum.
For me, I would put this. So for me, Dun Dun Dance is like number one. Oh my
Mhm.
I mean,
girl.
it's strong competition within. So,
Yes.
Yeah. Um, I think I would put this definitely above Nonstop.
oh,
So
Wow.
I think number two.
that's really saying something.
So Dun Dun Dance, Summer Comes, and then Nonstop.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Nonstop is a bop.
And
Yeah.
then
Nonstop
Secret
is probably their
Garden.
most popular, just like in general, I would think.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked Nonstop, but I feel like the song structure itself was a little bit repetitive. And I think
Mm,
this, like musically, is a lot more interesting.
Yeah, there's more
So
going
yeah.
on.
it was very slim margins. I love everything, Oh My Girl. So it's hard to rank them.
Yes. Hey, any other thoughts or comments about Oh My Girl? Well, the saga of Oh My Girl releasing very close by to
To
my favorite
Dream.
group. Yeah. They're literally like 4 years in coming, right? Um, my favorite group, NCT Dream, at the moment, released, and I'm going to rec one of their songs off of their third full-length album. And it's the last song on the album, and it's titled Like We Just Met.
Girl, I can't explain. 우린 마치 영원한 사랑을 하는 것 같아. 내 눈빛이 모든 걸 대신에 말해주고 있어. 처음 만났던 그때 그대로 여전히 시간이 불어와 흩날려진대도 내 마음은 이 계절의 향기를 남기고 있어. I look in your eyes and it still feels like we just met. Like we just met. 다시 돌아가도 I love you again, darling.
So as I previewed, there has been a friendly, I mean, they did not release on the same week this year. So, Gabe and I are still
You know,
friends.
a whole 7 days
I know, a whole
apart.
7 days, but that did not happen the last 3 years. So they released like on the same week for Nonstop. They released like on the same time as Dun Dun Dance, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then also Glitch Mode. So we're literally
real
on
life,
the
yeah.
fourth iteration of
Wow.
this little mini battle we're going on. Although, they're very friendly with one another. But so NCT Dream, third full-length album. It does seem just like yesterday. We had first full-length album Hot Sauce with all of them come
Mhm.
back. But we're already in the year 2023. They're on their third full-length album. It was released Monday, July 17th. I thought I would just overview a little bit of the album statistics because they are now the third best-selling group in terms of album sales. And as I've mentioned before, we're in this proliferation of album selling, like Gabe previously mentioned about 17's
Yeah.
album sales. We're just seen everywhere
Wow.
on the streets. So the top two albums that have sold the most in the industry as of late, all in 2023, is surprising to me, but also not surprising. Stray Kids is the number one sold album.
Mhm.
They are just selling massive. And then 17's Super also sold really well. So
Mhm.
NCT Dream comes in third, and it's important to note that all three of these groups, I remember I was thinking, who is going to hold the BTS baton? Like, is there going to be even someone that holds the BTS baton? And like, people have stepped up to the plate. So
Yeah.
like, Stray Kids is outselling now BTS's best-selling album after the first week. 17 is now
Wow.
outselling Map of the Soul 7, for example, and then
wow.
now NCT Dream kind of eclipses it a little bit. Mind you, when BTS does come back with a full-length album, there's no doubt in my mind that they will have the title of best-selling album.
Yeah.
But for now, these fandoms are holding it down for their own. So Dream
Yeah.
comes in third. Pre-orders, 4.1 million. First week sales, 3.65 million. Like,
Wow.
people are just out here spending like their $20 to buy these albums to make
Yeah.
sure that they are a statistic, basically. And I like it, but it's like, it seems like just like a war of like who can order the most, essentially.
Yeah.
Because that's how the boy groups really compete. Like they compete on the charts, but they really compete on album sales at the end of the day.
They don't really compete on the charts.
They don't compete on the charts as much, 100%. They compete with their album sales.
Yes.
So Dream comes in third, pretty good, right behind Stray Kids and 17. Their concept this time, or their full-length album and their title track, was called ISTJ, which is a homage to the MBTI personality, social psychology personality traits, which I thought was like really interesting in terms of like MBTI is like really in right now in Korea.
Yeah.
So like in a way
It's always been in though.
Yeah, it's
right?
always been in, but I feel like I've heard about it like even more the last 2 years.
Mhm.
So I feel like it was pretty genius to kind of do a title track and do an album kind of centered around the MBTI
Mhm.
like series. So I thought that was really cool. It's kind of always been a thing in America. Like people always ask you like, oh, what's your MBTI? What's your Enneagram? Like I feel like that's like a common thing to ask. But I feel like in Korea it's bigger than in
Yeah.
the US. So I thought that that was really cool. Like in a way that people ask about blood types in Korea, like maybe not as common, but I feel like, you know, there's something there.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, the title track ISTJ is a song where the members are singing to a love interest with the ISTJ personality. And I'm not wrecking the title track for the sake of I only get one, but I thought actually the title track was pretty good for what it was worth. We thought that we were going to get like very polarizing, but actually I thought that this was like a pretty solid title track. I think SM has had a series of like really strange title tracks, and this one is like strange and unique, but it's still like easy on the ears, and it has like very interesting composition in terms of structure of the song. There's like traditional rap and verse, but then they also slow it down.
Yeah.
With that middle section, Ashley, you know what I'm talking about?
The vocal.
The vocal kind of slow down.
vocal.
Yeah, the SM breakdown, 2 songs into one. But
Yeah.
I thought it like really worked for this one in a way that was similarly done in the Next Level song. Obviously didn't pop off as much as Next Level did, but I thought that it gave it a good valiant effort. I always do say that when you look at NCT DREAM's stuff or discography, their title tracks are good, they're fun, they're solid. Like you're gonna like some, you're not gonna like some. But their B-sides are really where the money is at. So I'm here to talk about the last track on their album, which is titled Like We Just Met. And it is their R&B ballad on the album. Usually there's 1 or 2. And this time it's this one. There's other slower songs, but this one is really like the hard-hitting R&B ballad. So Gabe, just like you're going back to your roots, I'm going back to my roots too. Slower melodic songs are really kind of like what I enjoy. One of the reasons why I also wanted to highlight this song in particular as it relates to the album release is because they were all credited for the song lyrics in the song, and they also released a group writing session vlog that they had together.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so like they're all credited on the song. The song is about a love that transcends time with the same intensity as when you met someone for the first time. So again, whether that be a significant other or whether that be the fans, it's probably just the fans. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
Because it's always the fans. But you know, I'm always a sucker for that type of messaging. And yeah, like they released a 10-minute video of them kind of brainstorming about the lyrics. It wasn't it wasn't edited. It was just kind of like whatever 10 minutes they were doing that day was what it was, which I thought was really interesting. So they're all credited on the song lyrics, and then Mark, Jamin, and Jeno are credited with some of the arranging of the song as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, that's really cool that they're getting some kind of opportunity to be behind the scenes, not just like be necessarily given a song, but to be kind of in the writing or producing kind of world, which is really cool.
I love that for them, especially for Jamin and Jeno, because I mean, with Mark, I know that he is
expected, right?
Yeah, like he's done solo work, he's written his like other mixtapes of his own, but like that's not something that I expected from Jamin and Jeno.
Right. So. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's like an interesting new side, and like props to them. Like, where did they find the time to? I'm sure like SM is like, okay, like we want you to do something. We want you to like write some of the lyrics. Like that's what I really think is going on.
Oh, you didn't think it was by their own like?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Like I won't give them that much credit. Yeah, but I still will appreciate the fact that like they are coming up with their own words.
Yeah.
And putting it into a song. Maybe I'm wrong, but yes, I think that like overall it was a really sweet song. It highlighted a lot of their vocals and their capacity to sing, which is not always what you get with the title tracks, but when you dig deeper, like it's really nice because not all boy groups or girl groups are doing slower songs like this. And overall, I just really liked it. It's a solid ballad hit that they could sing. I can imagine like at the end of their ballad set, or even like a closing song at a concert. So anyways, anyone else have thoughts on this song or the album or the title track?
Yeah, I thought this song was very good. I just love when rappers sing.
Yes.
It's always sweet to hear their voices, and I really like Mark's singing voice.
Very good. An all-rounder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something else that I thought was really cool with this promotion, and I had already kind of texted Ashley about it, was that, I mean, a comeback is not complete with a TikTok challenge or a good dingo killing voice.
Yes.
So NCT DREAM also went on Dingo Killing Voice, and they did like a 20 to 25 minute set of all of their hits. And it just like makes you think like, dang, these people have been in the industry for like 7 years now.
Yeah.
Dang.
So like they got bangers.
They do. And all of those boys had their own mic. They didn't have to share mics.
Ashley's so hung up on that.
I know, I really am, because 127, they're all very good vocals, and yet they had to share microphones, you know, like.
Wait, who didn't get the microphones at the beginning?
I think it was
they were just
like
they were just like twosies.
Yeah, it was like Tail and Jungwoo. I think maybe it's because of height. Like the tall guys, Johnny, and I don't even know who else were on the end, and so they got their own mics. Like I think Haechan had to share, and it's like these people are vocals.
I don't understand. I
don't understand why they are sharing.
I think now they're moving to each have their own mic.
Maybe that was just a production
They heard
mistake.
you, Ashley. They heard you.
They need it. It's literally called Killing Voice.
Yes, right.
You got time to share.
Right.
Anyways, I still firmly believe that NCT DREAM is one of the hardest workers in the industry, in an industry of where people work very hard. Like I was just like the whole time, I was like, where did this album even come from? They were like touring for the last year. Mark and Haechan still have obligations elsewhere. Like when did they find writing time? When did they find choreography learning time? Like, were they doing overtime after the LA conference, like the LA concert?
Like, they probably have a studio in there that they can, like, do stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like they're making 127 like chill a little bit while they have Dream
Really
like
shine
rake
this
it
year.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
What-
SM might have realized that 127 is flopping in comparison to Dream.
Oh, I mean, I
Like,
wouldn't
not
use the
objectively
word
flopping.
flopping, but NCT Dream has always done better
Like,
in many
yeah,
ways.
Dream is the better investment at this
Like
time.
Dream is really the heart of NCT, in my opinion. I don't know. Ashley is kind of just like
I mean,
rocking her chair around here.
yeah, I wouldn't say that they're flopping.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're
Okay.
flopping either.
But
That's just
it's
Gabe's
a little
vernacular.
harsh.
I am going to retracting that statement.
He is our resident K-pop extremist anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were doing other things. You know, they debuted Taeyang.
DJJ, yeah.
Yeah, they had a subunit. They had a solo release. Mark had a solo release. Like they were doing other stuff, and the other members, I don't know what they're doing, but they're resting. They're getting their much needed
Johnny
rest.
is nursing an injury, last I
Yeah,
checked.
he's a broken arm, okay? And you're saying that they're flopping.
Yes.
Oh my
Anyways,
God.
so I think, but to Ashley and Gabe's point, both put together, I think it's really the first year that Dream is being prioritized in terms of scheduling as it relates to 127. Because usually it's like, okay, like when can we have Hatron and Mark back in Dream?
Right.
Right. But like now it's like, oh, are they even going to have time and energy to do 127? Because we're
Mhm.
already like August, like approaching Q3. So like when is this gonna happen? And they're still promoting album 3.
Mhm.
And mind you, they went on music shows like 3 weeks ago for Broken Melodies.
Yeah.
So they were doing a lot. Anyways, I'm here for it. Great album overall. And it's nice to see that they are strongly at the top of K-pop with even all of the success that's going on right now. Like it is a fiercely competitive world
Yes.
out there. Like
It always is, but
it
especially
always is,
now.
but like especially like the last 2 weeks with like Jungkook, NewJeans coming out with a new song every other day. Like mind you, Queen Card is still like number 1 on Melon. Like, you know, there's like
And then IVE is still charting too in top
IVE
10.
too, yeah. So it's like
It's been a good year.
I need to breathe
Good summer.
a little bit. Yeah, I need to breathe a little bit. Anyways, okay, I'm always here to hype up Dream. So we're gonna move on. All right, Chris is gonna round us off here.
Yeah, so my next rec is I think they just released it this week, but I am recking Back to You by The Rose.
I can all make all we were made to be, but I can't make you come back to
Okay, so I don't know if we got an update from their lawsuit from the last time that Casey wrecked them, but just in case, their update is they settled their lawsuit with Jay and Star. So they're out of their contract, they're free from them, and they actually created their own record label, kinda-ish, or rec company called Windfall, which is actually originally the name of the group that 2 of the members started out in. So that was kind of cute.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
So they created Windfall, which is their company, but they're also in partnership with, you guys remember the song Like a G6?
Yes.
So that group has a label called Transparent Arts. So that label and that label and The Rose partnered together, and so they're like working together, and they released this album. I haven't looked into whether it's a full album or an EP or anything like that. but this is just the comeback of it, and it's very much so indie rock. There's not much deep meaning behind the song. It's like kind of your average, like, come back to me, I miss you type of stuff. Like, I know I'm not good enough for you, but I want you to come back to me type of love song. But it's very much 2000s, like Simple Plan. If you guys know who that
Simple
is.
Plan. I have not heard Simple Plan
It's
in
that
like 20 years.
it's
which
that
makes
type
sense.
of sound. Like, it's for sure indie rock. Like, I was back in high school listening to them, and it's a very good song. I love seeing Woo-sung playing the guitar again and just going at it. I also love his hot pink pants in the music video. If you guys had a chance to look at it, his outfit was very much also 2000s rock band with like a tank top and then a bandana and then his hot pink pants.
Oh, the bandana.
Yeah, it's just
I remember those. That's embarrassing, honestly, now that I'm thinking about the bandana, because I literally had a bandana in every color now that I think of it.
That was the fit back then. They're bringing it back in this music video. The music video also doesn't really have any deep meaning behind it. It's just your average rock band playing in the middle of a street. It looks like in the middle of a bridge or a highway.
Yeah, at night.
At night.
It feels like it's more of a performance video.
Yeah, exactly. Like
it's a performance video, not a story, which is just one type of like music video.
But then also, I think that also goes on theme with like the kind of music they play. You know, they're not K-pop. It's very much so indie rock for them, and their entire song was actually in English, which I did not. Oh, sorry, I didn't really expect that from them. So yeah, it was all in English. Ashley pointed out earlier that them cussing in English.
Yeah. They say the word fuck, but they don't mean it in like the sexual way.
A seven way.
Yeah, they don't mean it in the same way Jungkook says it. They mean it as like a...
in the standard way.
Yes.
I fucked
the standard way, like, I messed up.
Yeah. What's also very, very exciting / interesting is that they just announced a new tour.
Wow!
So their new tour is called Dawn to Dusk, and it's US and Canada. It starts in October. And it's interesting to me how they're going about and selling their tickets, because I find them following almost like a hype structure. So like, you remember when anytime, even in Hypin, you have to buy this like membership from Weverse, and then you get a pre-sale code? They're treating it the exact same way, so where you have to download their app, and if you become a premium Black Rose, then you get a pre-sale code where you have access to the not only VIP, there's 3 tiers of VIP. There's VIP where you get like the second best entry to soundcheck. There's VVIP where you get a picture with them in groups of 8. And then there's tier 3 VVVIP where you get a meet and greet with them.
Jesus.
Yeah. So no prices are like announced for anything like that, but this is the first I've seen from like anyone in the industry. Like
the fact that they have their own app.
That too.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I had to download the app to get the information for sure. And their app is very much like Weverse. Like,
so it's literally just their own content, like Black.
Yeah, but it's
the
just
Rose
the
content.
Rose. Yeah, the app is called the Rosarium. So it's just them. So again, it's very interesting to see how they're, because they're also on their own. So
that's true. They're trying to maximize the money spent by these people.
Yeah, they haven't been paid, or they weren't being paid for so long, until now. Now they're on their own, so it makes sense.
Okay, well, they need the triple tier VIP to, make their ends meet. Put food on the table. So it sounds like. So I'm here for it.
So, yeah, I was very excited to see that. I kind of want to try to go for VVIP, but I don't know. I don't know if I have plans for that.
VVVIP meaning
Yeah,
meet and greet.
meaning that, yeah, because like, what other opportunity could you have to have a meet and greet?
That's
It's just
true.
solo and just solo. I forgot to mention that part. So the second tier was you're in groups of 8. This
Oh, wow.
VVVIP is just you and your party, whoever you're with, just you and them in the green room.
In the green room.
In the green room. So
Oh, that's kind of fun and unique.
Can I also
different.
buy a dinner with them? Like, what is
Like,
going on
right?
here?
But
Like, can I
it's-
pay like $2,000 or something to
this
get
is
like
almost like unheard of. It's such a like opportunity that I wanted.
eating tteokbokki with the rose?
So
Wow.
yeah, so that's mainly why I wanted to rec this. The song is amazing. It's good. It takes me back, like I said earlier. And I'm just excited for this tour. I really want to know what these ticket prices are gonna be like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if it's like $1,000 for a solo meet and greet with 4 people, like if you sell 10, that's $10,000 already. Like
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, for like a little high touch meet and greet. Like,
right
at the
for
end.
like 10 minutes, you know, maybe
Yeah.
15 minutes, whatever. But like you can't.
Yeah,
you
that's a great hourly rate if you ask me.
right. Like you would make more money doing that than like selling tickets.
It's like selling like $50 tickets.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Which is my next point.
I'm sure
I
that's why
forgot
the
to
solo artists
mention.
do it, because like it goes
Yeah.
It's
it's their money.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention is that their concert, that's gonna be here in LA is at the Kia Forum.
Wait.
So
Oh my
yeah,
god.
Really?
it's a way bigger venue. I think the last time that they were here for their Back to Heal tour, it was at the Shrine. I think it was at the Shrine.
Wow, and I will apologize to, let's say, Casey, for example, because I know that she is very passionate about the Rose. I would not expect them to get a venue like
Yeah,
The
I'm
Forum.
shocked.
And
I am
selling these
flabbergasted.
tickets.
I'm
Yeah.
flabbergasted.
The shrine capacity is 5,000 if it's all standing room.
And the forum's like double that.
Yeah.
And then the shrine is 2,200 seated. Dang.
What is the forum? Isn't it like 11,000?
Yeah,
I
like
think it's
Mama
more. I
Moo
think
was
it's
just at the
17.
forum.
Yeah, they were just at the Forum.
Oh my god. The last time I saw
I
the Rose,
underestimated their fan base.
yeah, the last time I saw the Rose was when when Woo-sung opened. I guess that
For
was just
Epic High,
Woo-sung.
right?
Capacity 17,500.
Holy shit, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that they
Um,
were that big.
Me too.
I guess
Fighting.
it'll be. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I guess we'll
Yeah.
have to wait and see.
I'll update you guys if
I've also never, well, I don't know. I'd never seen a meet and greet happen at the forum because it's just so big
Right.
that like I don't know where it like do they just come back out? Because I only know that it happens in like smaller shows.
Right.
I've never even heard of it happening in the show, but again, in the shows that I've been to. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that, as Ashley says, fighting.
Yeah.
If that's the case. I mean, when I heard the song, I was like, dang, I mean, I have been sleeping on the Rose. I'll say like it has come up many times on our podcast. Like this group is not a stranger to Idol Talk Pod.
Yeah.
We have talked about them probably more extensively than other podcasts have covered them.
Yeah.
Yet I have still slept on them because when I first heard this song, I first listen, I was like 10 out of 10. Like this is such a good song. Why have I only looked at day 6 for like the last X number of years? There is a whole nother genre out there that can also do K-rock and also do like very, very emotional K-rock ballads. Like when I listened to this song, I was like, dang, I really love the energy and the emotion that the lead singer is kind of putting on there. And he's like letting it all out, like with
Yeah.
his voice.
It's
And
Woosung.
yeah, I was like, this
Mm-hmm.
is worthy of Stan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
props to Woosung. And I was also, yeah, so I was watching the music video and they also commented on their YouTube music video. And
Oh.
they wrote, "We missed you, Black Roses. Hope you enjoy Back to Me," which is only the beginning of our journey with Duel being their album release or whatever. And then they were like, "Tell us stories about something or someone you like wanted to come back to you. We'll be reading." And I was like, that's a
This is
lot to ask for reflection on a YouTube comment.
They're really
But
trying to
they
get
wanted
engagement, aren't
they
they?
wanted that fan interaction, and I was like, dang, I hope people are replying. And then I looked and I was like, I don't see any of you replying to this prompt that they asked you to respond to. But I was like, dang, this is good stuff, in my opinion.
yes. They wanted the spicy takes, the spicy stories.
Yes. Anyways. All right, any final thoughts on the Rose?
I liked this release. It was it was good. You know, I am a stan of the rock sound. Um, so, you know, I think it was super like nostalgic too, which was
Yeah,
really nice.
yeah,
I think it definitely plays into their fan base. So, yeah,
good
good
stuff.
work.
Good work. All right. All right. Well, that concludes our episode of K-Bops for this episode. Thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in. We're on Instagram at Idol Talk Pod. Please rate, review, and subscribe to us on all of our major podcast directories and streaming platforms. If you have any feedback or content requests, feel free to email us at idletalkpod@gmail.com. And then we also have our content directory, idletalkpod.woo.ai, where you'll see previous episodes categorized, as well as our playlists, song recommendations, concert and K-drama reviews, as well as information about us. And it could be found in the description of our episodes here. All right, until next time, we will talk to you all later. Goodbye and good night.
Bye.
I'm Vivian Yoon. Listen to K-Pop Dreaming from Elias Studios. I grew up in Koreatown in the 90s, and my friends and I could not get enough of K-pop.
Do you remember SES?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come
True.
So how did the music that only Korean and Korean Americans listen to become a global cultural force? And what role did LA and Koreatown play in K-pop's rise? K-Pop Dreaming. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.